So you want to learn how to make a magic ring with chenille yarn. This is probably one of the hardest yarns to work with. Typically, they want you to use an 8mm. Here's trick number 1. Go smaller. You have to go smaller, or else you're just not gonna have those nice, neat stitches. I go way small. I actually use a size 5. That's my preferred size. This is a size I use for my elixir buddies, and I just really like how close the stitches are together. Now the stuffing is through, bottom's all nice and neat. Trick number 2, go up an entire hook size for just the magic ring. This is a carryover from blanket making, where the trick is you go a hook size for the foundation chain. That's because the tension is completely different. So how we're gonna start is we're gonna start by making the bottom of an X, okay? So we put the bottom of our yarn at a slant across the palm of our fingers, and we're gonna wrap it around just like this. And then we're gonna form an X, you see, and wrap it around the back and use that pinky right there to anchor this yarn. This is also the working end of our yarn, okay? We're gonna go in hook, side, down. We're gonna go under. We're gonna go over, and we're gonna grab that back yarn, and we're gonna hang on to that, right? You see how we have this little loop, and we're gonna twist. We're gonna take our hand, we're gonna just do this little twist. And do you see how we have this floating ring now? Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab that yarn, the working end of our yarn that's underneath our pinky, and we're gonna pull through and make a loop. This is our foundation stitch. This doesn't count for anything. Okay. Trick number 3, you have to untangle these threads. When it is all tangled, it does not sit well. You want this dead end of the yarn facing you or facing the inside loop. Here's another trick, trick number 4. You have to start pulling it to release the tension before you start your magic ring. Just a little bit, just enough to get the yarn sliding around. This chenille yarn is super finicky and it'll fluff off, okay. But if you don't do this, it's gonna be too tight and you're gonna end up breaking your magic ring. So what we do for our foundation for our next stitch is we go under and over, grab that yarn, go under, grab the working yarn, and pull through both loops. Oops. Again, hook side down, we go under both, over the working end of our yarn, under, and pull through 2. So I'm just gonna keep going to finish out the normal. You want to make sure you're holding on to this yarn so it doesn't get twisted in between each stitch. So now we have a magic ring of 6. What you're going to do is you're going to swap out that hook for the hook size that you're going to use for the rest of your project. Tighten this down, and with your thumb and your pointer finger, you're going to take this last stitch and you're not going to pinch it, but you're going to hold it. And that's going to help you keep tension as you're pulling this magic ring, as you're pulling the string, tension, and using your thumb to help you. You're going to start gently pulling the string to get it to go, okay? You're going to want to do this in little short bursts. It helps the chenille yarn not quite fluff off. Keep going just a little bit more. And you're holding tension right there, and that's really helping you. You don't want to cinch it as tight as you can go. You actually want this kind of half semicircle. This is your magic ring. This is your base. Now is when we would typically go on to round 1 of any of your patterns. So this is a mock. What we're going to pretend is that this next round has increases, okay? So typically you would see a magic ring of 6 plus increases all around to make 12 stitches. So we're just going to pretend. I actually prefer to do the invisible increase method where you go into the front loop first and then both loops, but you can do whichever method you prefer. And just continue working around. And there you have it. This is how I do a magic ring with chenille yarn. Let me know if this helped you at all, and if there's any other videos you guys want to see. I'll see you next time.